wind-up figure, like a music box.
Who built him?
I would think a magician. You see this? A keyhole in the shape of a heart. Another mystery.
Welcome to What the Flick, everybody. Ben Mankiewicz, Alonso Duralde, Christy Lemire's ass.
Hi.
It's unforgiving. We're in the arena here.
Right. Can we get a shot of Alonso's ass?
No.
Where's the Alonso ass cam?
This is not CinemaScope.
Martin Scorsese's Hugo is our next film today. I have not, unfortunately, seen it. Travel has prevented that, so I will let you guys slug it out. Who's going to describe it?
I will. Hugo Cabret is an orphan in 1930s Paris living in the Montmartre
Montparnasse, right?
Montparnasse?
I don't know.
He lives in a train station in Paris, which I can't say, speak French. He keeps all the clocks running on time and hides from the mean station inspector played by Sacha Baron Cohen. He gets to know the somewhat cranky owner of a toy kiosk in the station and discovers a very deep secret that involves a robot that his father found in a museum that Hugo has been trying to restore.
Where did you get this?
Why would my key fit into your father's machine?
Do you want to have an adventure?
Stop that child! Apprehend!
It's drawing. I think it's a message from my father.
So, here's my theory about Martin Scorsese. Okay. I think that sometimes he really wants to make documentaries about subjects that he thinks are interesting, and then he gets stuck having to make a narrative film instead. So, like, in Casino, the most interesting parts are the how Vegas works stuff, all the behind-the-scenes things about where the money goes and where the security cameras are hidden. This movie, I feel like he really wanted to make a movie for kids explaining the roots of silent cinema and the importance of film preservation. And instead he had to make this narrative film about this kid and the train station and the thing and the whatever. So I love his movie nerdness that's in it. But a lot of this movie kind of left me cold.
It does take a while to find its way. The first hour or so, it does feel like it's kind of meandering there. Yeah. And then once it kicks into gear and you realize, okay, this is his like beautifully staged plea for film preservation, then it clearly is his passion. It really kicks in.
He's more into it, and so we get more into it.
I am not a fan of 3D ordinarily, as you all know, but this is dazzlingly beautiful. Like, this is the most gorgeous and the most germane use of 3D I've ever seen. More than Avatar even, it's gorgeous.
See, here's the thing, I think the 3D is used really well, but I think what he's shooting in 3D, a lot of the CG stuff, and there's a ton of CG images in this, really felt kind of fakey and airless to me. Like, there's that nightmare sequence where the train goes off the track and goes through the station, and that so felt like a bunch of random pixels and not like, it didn't have any weight to it the way that like the really good CG images feel like the big robot shoes are crushing the building or whatever.
But I'm not sure it's meant to have that kind of really tangible realism all the time because it is a fairy tale. I think it's meant to be kind of fantastical in a lot of ways, and so if that didn't look perfect to you, that's part of the point, perhaps.
That's a nice fallback.
That's my argument.
It took me out of it. I don't know, but I did love the whole sort of salute to the dawn of cinema stuff. I just wish that there are certain things that are not in the Scorsese wheelhouse. You know, like the physical comedy, the wacky chase through the train station early on. I remember thinking, wow, Scorsese's no Blake Edwards. You know, and that's not a sentence I thought I was ever going to formulate.
And Sacha Baron Cohen's really funny in this, but he feels like he's in a totally different movie on his own.
Totally. And then even he gets saddled with the love story sideline, which
with Emily Mortimer,
which just feels just kind of it could work, but not. Scorsese's not a hearts and flowers kind of guy.
You think he did 3D as well as it's been done?
Well, yeah, and clearly from every step of the production, 3D was in mind versus like something was shot in 2D and converted.
Oh, clearly. Well,
he took it very, very
like I said, I love the way he uses it. I just wish that what he was using it in looked better.
And I just love that at this stage in his career, like he's embracing 3D. He has nothing more to prove. He's not having to do anything new or exciting ever again. He's taking this huge, ambitious, creative leap. And I like that.
This holiday season, Scorsese and Spielberg are giving us new 3D movies. It's kind of crazy.
Did Roger like this 3D? Did he finally praise something in 3D? Do you know?
I can't remember. I think look in the iPad. I don't know. look up his review. I can't remember.
I think he liked Avatar and Cave of Forgotten Dreams, and that was about it. He may give Scorsese a pass on this one.
No, this is really gorgeous, and we mentioned how un-Scorsese-ish it is to make like a family film or a comedy, but then there are some touches, some moments like that long tracking shot that swoops in through the train station and up into the clock, which reminded me of the famous Goodfellas restaurant entry scene.
Yes, I was thinking of that too.
So there is some stuff that clearly is him, and of course, all the film geekery. But you don't have to know about Harold Lloyd. I mean, maybe you've seen that famous shot.
Much less George Méliès.
Right, you don't have to know any of that to appreciate it.
Will take you there if you didn't come in pre-armed with that. And again, what I would love, this movie and The Artist, I hope are gateway drugs for people, where they'll go, oh, maybe I should see a silent movie. They're not all, these sort of overacted, melodramatic, whatever people think silent films are. They run the gamut of, they're funny, they're terrifying, they're romantic, they can be all kinds of things. And so if a movie like Hugo, a movie like The Artist, can get people to see them, then great, more power to them.
Yeah.
I wish I liked this one more, but I see why people love it, and I hope that people see it just because it is such a step forward for 3D and such a love letter to movies.
Yeah, he says Scorsese uses 3D here as it should be used, not as a gimmick, but as an enhancement of the total effect. And I just, he's as critical as you are of 3D. And,
how many stars did he give it?
7.
Out of 4.
4.
Oh, did he really give it 4 stars? Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think Chloe Grace Moretz is very good in this, doing a fake British accent.
Yeah, well, and which another thing, why are all the French people speaking with British accents?
I think I actually saw some explanation of that. One of our writers interviewed Scorsese, and I think he felt like it would be too weird to have everybody doing fake French accents.
So English is the universal.
The universal
form.
other,
exactly,
okay,
from another land accent.
So I liked it. I mean, I'm not 4 stars. Head over heels in love with it, but
you gave it a.
I gave it 3 stars out of 4.
And your number?
And I don't know. What's my number? I can't remember. 7.8. There you go.
I liked it a little less than you, but a 6.5. There's a lot to like about this movie.
And kids will like it. They'll be into it.
I think so.
The whimsy of it. It's long though. It's over 2 hours long.
It is long. It's,
more than 2 hours long, and the kids will enjoy the whimsy. I'm not sure.
Gauge their attention spans accordingly, parents.
It's a 7.2 overall. The recommendation from these guys on Hugo. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks everybody.
See you soon.